What I learned is the difference between destiny and fate. We are all fated to die. Destiny is recognizing the radiance of the soul, that even when faced with human impossibility, loves all of life. Fate is the death we owe to nature. Destiny is the life we owe to soul. Early one morning, I tended the bee skeps behind the garden, beyond the gate. A wedge of graceful swans, wearing little golden crowns, swooped low over our clearing, nearly grazing me with their wingtips. They were so close I could feel the beat of their clamorous wings in my breast. I had barely caught my breath before they dissolved into the pastel horizon. I knew my sisters had found me. They knew I was alive. I ran to Grandmother Prunella full of questions. Did my sisters have memories of what it was like to be princesses? When they ate pondweed and tadpoles, did they miss venison on little gold plates? Did they hear the swish of silken gowns in the sweep of their wings? I needed to find out. I needed to know if they wanted to be human sisters again. I would change into a swan if I could. That wouldn't be so bad. I know Grandmother Prunella won't be around forever. That night, as we ate our stew by the fireside, I asked her, "You know the ways of nature. You know the secrets of hidden things. You know every charm and enchantment. Why didn't your charm work? Why wasn't I born a boy?" "It wasn't your fate to be born a boy. When your mother came to me to conceive again, the stars told me you had a far greater fate, child, than to be a puppet prince of your father's. People think your mother named you Rue for regret, but it was I who named you, for the powerful herb my foremothers used as protection against evil and harm. Now, do you remember your incantation for rutagraviolens?" "Yes, Grandmother. Then sprinkles she the juice of rue with 9 drops of the midnight dew to lunary distilling." "But Grandmother, if your charms are so strong, then you must know how to reverse my father's curse." Her face became very grave. "Can you not be content here, safe in the forest with me?" I am, Grandmother. It's hard to be content when I don't know if my sisters are content with their fate. They had dreams for their lives, which aren't possible in swan costume. My happiness is intertwined with theirs. I must try to set them free. With sincere fear registering in her face, she replied, "My dear, you mustn't. You mustn't take on this task. It is too arduous. It's too dangerous. It asks too much. Let us be thankful for what we have and carry on." "But don't you see, Grandmother? I can't carry on. I need to know that I've done everything I can to help my sisters. It's not a choice. It's my fate." "Well, if you've decided, then there's no time to lose. You have a great task ahead of you, and it requires a strength you didn't know you possessed. It asks for a devotion larger than you've ever had to draw on. You've been through a lot, my darling, but it won't hold a candle to what you're about to take on. Do you understand this? I'm sure I don't, but I must do it anyway. Okay, well, from the moment you begin this task, you may not utter one word, not of complaint, not of praise. Whether it helps you or harms you, you must choose silence at all costs. For the entire duration of this task, it must be so. Once you begin, if you utter but one word, your sisters will drop like stones out of the sky. The enchantment will end, but so will their lives. What is the task, grandmother? What must I do in silence? Do you recall when I taught you how to spin and weave fiber from nettles? Oh, yes, I do. You must weave nettle shirts to break the enchantment over your sisters. One shirt for each sister. You must pluck the nettles by hand. You must free the fiber from the stems, spin the fibers into thread, the thread woven into cloth, and the cloth stitched into shirts. It will take an incredibly long amount of time to create 11 shirts in this way. Likely years upon years. And you can't speak for any of it. I won't always be here to protect you. Do you understand? Yes, I do. And I will begin with the sunrise. So I must go to bed now. Let my last words to you until I complete this task be my expression of love. You've taught me everything I know about what is good and true in this world. Bless you, my child. You have the strength of heart to complete this task. Now, let us to bed. We start in the morning. I cannot help you, but I can be here. And so it began. At dawn the next day, I rose, mute as a swan. I went into the woods to look for nettles, in the boggy places, the dark places, the places in the woods we tend to avoid, the ones we don't want to look at. And I gathered the nettles by hand, harvesting them mindfully so that they would grow back fuller and denser. I was going to need a lot of nettles for 11 shirts.